everybody, happy Saturday. Kimberly here. Haven't made a video for much of the week. I don't think any of the week. Trying to recover from the doll show. It was a long trip, and my friend and I that drove, we actually drove there in one go and back in one go. It was a little over 14 hours. I tell you, the car rides, we had so much fun. Anyway, I'm not really going to talk about the doll show on this video. I will make another video probably Monday or Tuesday. I'm still sorting through some of my thoughts and what I'm going to share on YouTube. Anyway, but I do want to show you the things that I got at the show, and just do this very quickly. It's very hot here. The heat index is like 115 here today, so it's been very hot. And my husband's been off this week, and then my friend who went with me was here till Wednesday, so that's kind of why I've been absent. I'm way behind on watching videos. I've been trying to keep up with the comments on my videos. I apologize if I've missed anybody's comments, because what I've been just doing is going into my community and comments and going through and trying to answer them rather than on each email I get, because it got a bit crazy for a while. So anyway, I just want to quickly go through with the things I got at the show. So this is what was in your swag bag when you checked into the show. So there was a Reborn Making DVD, a booklet of coupons, a little pair of socks, a couple pens, the Rose book, and then one of these Noni no-hole nipples. I believe that's all that was in there. I know I have a calendar, but that was separate. And, oh, that other stuff was in my stocking, which I don't even have out here. There was some other cute things. I've got to find my little stocking from the baby shower. I've got bins of stuff I have not gone through. The babies are all out of the bin. I took them out right away because I didn't want them sitting in the bin in the garage. So they're here. There is Jean-Bieb. And then I've got over here Raleigh, and Lillian was one of my contest babies, and she is a keeper for me because she's one of the kits that was on my keeper list. And I have to point out, I've been telling people, one thing I love, Raleigh can have backings. And I did talk to Marita and Bonnie and a couple other people about making their kits so that you can do that, because to me, I love that. It's more realistic. And then Herlanda gave me one of these little, I forget what she called these little I don't remember their name. Oh, here, Wuggle Pets. So I got a little horse, oops, and a little headband that she made, which I love, the little swirly heart shape with the little button in there. And then Grayson was also a contest baby, and he's actually wearing, when my mom was pregnant with me, she had knit an outfit for me to come home from the hospital if I was a boy and if I was a girl. And I have both, and this was the outfit I would have come home in if I were a boy. Except for the booties, I did buy those at the show because I couldn't, the hat, there is a hat that goes with it, but it did not fit his head. And plus I didn't want to cover his hair up anyway. And then I don't know what happened to the booties. I did have them, but I used to put these on my dolls when I was a little girl. And Abigail here stayed home with Daddy, so she's back in the nursery. I got a lot of kits. That's kind of mainly what I got in terms of shopping. So in these bags are Twin A and Twin B. I'm not going to pull them out completely. One thing I love about this kit, this is Twin A, and we were allowed to reserve her sight unseen as vendors before the show. And I really thought that it was going to be an open eye and a closed eye because of Buttercup and Poppy. And so Twin B we'd already seen, and that one was closed-eyed. And I was shocked when this one was also closed-eyed, but she has a full thumb that fits in her mouth, which I just love. I think that's really sweet. And they also come with a belly plate, a little tiny belly plate. But one thing that's really cool about the, let me show you, the certificate of authenticity, because it's going to be an open edition, she has put on this card that it's an exclusive doll show release and it's the first edition. So these are not going to be limited edition. I'm trying to remember her verbiage for that, and it doesn't have on here. Timeless. She calls them Timeless Edition, which are what Buttercup and Poppy are as well. So I was really excited to see that, but I had to have Twin B because She has the most amazing fingers. And I know you guys have seen, sorry, I didn't realize all the baggies were shut. I know you guys have probably seen other people's painted versions of these already. But I just think that hand is the most amazing. I cannot wait to paint that hand. One of the babies I used to nanny for had these long, thin fingers like this. So those are Twin A and Twin B. And then I shopped at Irresistibles. And so when you shop there, your items were placed in this lovely canvas bag. And I was actually their first customer, so I was given a booby prize, which was a free pair of eyes. So I chose those. They're half round German glass eyes, so that was a nice treat. And I got the Hattie kit. She's kind of all tangled up in here. I got the Hattie kit by Cassie Brace. And then, oh, that's from Rita Winters. And then I have a friend who loves the Casper. She's not a doll person, but when she saw that kit, she loved his face. And I can't find a Casper, but this is mixed with Mark's limbs. So I got a Casper face with Mark's limbs. So we'll see how that turns out. I did get another Raleigh because I love mine so much. And Marita had a couple with her, so I was happy about that. And I also got a Zodi Fairy kit. I really loved making my little fairy there. She doesn't have her wings on right now because I don't want them bent. But I love the little pointy ears. I made Nessa into a fairy because I wanted an open-eyed fairy. So if you saw my display, you'll know why I wanted her sitting on that little perch. And a sleeping baby would have looked odd there. I also got some shoes for Genevieve. This woman had actually posted these on Facebook, and so I had talked back and forth about sizing and stuff. So I went to her booth and got those. And then I got these little ones to put on Grayson, but then I found those booties and opted to put those on, but these do fit him. I also bought some Honest diapers. These are actually the two prints I love, and I don't need a million diapers, but I just grabbed that. And then in our Christmas stocking, we got a little, one of the things we got in there was a headband that Anna Melman made, and Anna is Sarah's daughter. And I went and found her booth the next day and bought a couple. These are the two I bought. The one we got in our stocking, again, my stocking's not here. One thing I loved is that whatever you purchased, you got buttons for. So there's my baby shower and award banquet. And I also had one that said vendor. And, I had 4 in total. I can't remember what the other one was for. So those were like your tickets in, basically. And I actually paid 50 cents to have the lanyard thing because I didn't want to pin them all on my clothes. And then I did purchase a tiny little resin baby that Marita had made, and a little ethnic one. And I love her little, let me move her tooling. Her little hands are so sweet. Let me see if it'll... And her... Oh, she has a card somewhere. I can't remember her name. Rosie, I believe, is her name. And there's a little card of her. And then I did get one of the Romy Stridham. She calls them Baby Boo. The little minis. She had 14 there. And she did not like making them and will never make them again. So I thought it would be a fun little investment. I love her little belly button. Learned a lot about silicone babies from Romy, and she was fascinating to talk to, and I will again share that in my video. But that is Baby Boo. I might change her name because it reminds me, my favorite, all-time favorite book is To Kill a Mockingbird, and when I saw her name was Boo, it made me think of Boo Radley. And so I was trying to think of a name from To Kill a Mockingbird that I would want to give her. I think I might name her Harper after Harper Lee, who is the author. She doesn't look like a scout to me. Or a Calpurnia, so I think I might call her Harper. And then I also purchased, Romy does everything on her babies except make the clothes, and the woman who crochets the clothes for her bigger babies also made these. And then she had these separate little bags of things. So I have a separate little fleecy blanket. I'm guessing, yeah, it does. It has Romy's Studio. Romy's Doll Studio, Romy Stridham. But she came wrapped in one. But I loved this because it has a little tiny lovey and another pair of shoes. And she's got a little pair of shoes hanging down from her that I need to put on her. And a bib and a hat with like braiding. And I think that's a little diaper cover or whatever. So I did go ahead and get that. She had the little, I don't know, for like look like lederhosen, which also is on her bigger babies, but I liked the face on this one, so I went with the baby I liked more than the outfit, but she didn't have the little lederhosen separate like this. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have from the show, other than like my Christmas stocking, which was given out at the baby shower. So I have put most of my babies in my Etsy shop, and we'll start listing them on eBay next week. If anybody is interested in any babies, please let me know, and I'm happy to discuss pricing with you and etc., etc. At this point, Grayson is not for sale. Lillian is not for sale, and I will more than likely be keeping Wilma. I do have another of her kit, but I just love how she turned out, and I actually mentally named her while I was painting her, which is a big no-no as an artist. But I guess because I knew I was going to keep one of the kits. So we'll see. She's on the fence right now, but I do love, love, love how she came out. And I love her and Genevieve together. So we'll see about her. But currently, and I do have somebody interested in the fairy, and that's the little fairy, and Tavi right there. And I also have somebody I'm talking to. Well, she's on the fence between two, so I don't know at this point. So anyway, but pretty much the rest are up for grabs. Angelina was signed by Romy, Sky, and the fairy, and Tavi were all signed by Marita Winters. And Grayson was signed by Bonnie Brown, but he's not available. So anybody that could be signed, I got signed. I also, if you look here on my table, all these bodies went with me. I took every body I had of babies that I have kits for the future, and I got them signed. So anyway, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Just kind of wanted to give you an overview of the things I got at the show. And again, I will be making a, I guess, my experience video at some point next week. Hopefully sitting out in the garden. We've done a lot of work this past week out in the back and front garden, and I would love to show you guys that and hopefully catch a bird or two. But it is so ridiculously hot here, so we shall see. Have a fabulous weekend, ladies. Thank you so very much. Just want also praying for Crystal after her surgery and Herlanda after her surgery, and praying for you, Nicole, and Debbie with your family with all that you've gone through. And also just wanted to, thank everybody who I got to meet at the show. It was so lovely. And again, I will share all that in my next video. So have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.